we have Catie from SSI.
So Catie is a systems engineer and software engineer at SSI, and is really helps with the connection of from robotics into systems engineering. Was brought on to really integrate our robotics in code integration and systems engineering. Just a wonderful colleague. So
Thank you, Mark. So, like Mark just said, my name is Catie Haggerty. I work for SSI. We're still getting my slides up, but I can speak from what I know. Is my topic is about SysML v2 and readability. Just some background information about me is I have been a Java software engineer for about 5 years now. I transitioned into the systems engineering space about 2 years ago, and the idea was that I could bring some software concepts to systems engineering. And one of my favorite concepts is Java readability, or just readability in software in general. And so I'm going to talk about how that's relevant to SysML v2 and modeling. So what is code readability? Code readability is the ease with which a human can understand the purpose, structure, and logic of a program's source code. Readable code is easy to understand, easier to maintain, and less prone to errors. So TLDR, it saves time and money. Fixing bugs and adding features is a lot easier when you can understand your code base. One of the important things to understand is that I'm talking about human readability, not AI readability. And we're talking about models as well. This applies to models. So I've put together this table of what poor readability and excellent readability looks like in SysML v1 versus Java versus SysML v2. And so my idea is that we can put together what readability in SysML v2 looks like from what we know about these two languages. So the example that I want to put together is a very common first assignment for computer science students after they do their Hello World. It's FizzBuzz. You list a string of numbers in order, and for every divisor of 3, they get a fizz. Every divisor of 5, you get a buzz, and if it's a divisor of both, it's 15, or it's FizzBuzz. So we're going to try to solve this problem in Java, and we'll see the poor readability way, we'll see the excellent readability way, and then see how can we solve this problem in SysML v2 as well. And so hopefully we can learn something from this experiment. So this is an example of FizzBuzz in Java. This is a poor readability example. Things to note is that we are rewriting the same expressions over and over. We also have some deep if-else branches inside loops, so a lot of cognitive complexity. And also, this is one method that runs for 64 lines long. There's a code quality software known as SonarQube that will set the default limit at 65 lines before it throws a warning. And so this is a very long method and not very readable. This is a more readable example. Noted is that we have the repeated values stored as constants. So instead of, if you want to change the divisor once, you just change it right there as opposed to everywhere it's referenced in the code. We also have single purpose methods that break up the cognitive complexity, so we don't have that if-else branching and looping that gets confusing. Here's the SysML v2 example. This is the poorly readable example. We have one action that performs all of the logic, and the properties are all defined up at the front, and that means we don't know where the properties are, where they're relevant to the logic that's actually in the code. So we have the fizz count, buzz count, and our pacing marks all stored together. And then we also have, again, that confusing if-else branching. And so a more readable example in SysML v2 defines a config for the constants up front so that all of your variables are there and defined similar to how the Java example was. And also we have single purpose actions that reduce the cognitive complexity. And so what we can update our table with now is Poor readability in SysML v2 also looks like a lot of monolithic elements similar to Java and Java. I said cognitively complex actions. That was a conservative statement. It probably applies to elements as a whole. Unclear naming in general, that we didn't see an example of that, or of the orphaned or untraced elements, but those are relevant as well. So takeaways are, when you're writing SysML v2, use meaningful names, helpful comments, and single-purpose actions elements, and trace require. Thank you.